What's up, fight fans? As always, thanks for coming through. Much appreciated. Remember, hit that subscribe button if you guys are new to the channel. All right, I thought I'd do a final video, giving my final thoughts on Dillian Whyte versus Lucas Browne. That goes down tomorrow, actually, the O2 Arena. I've seen the weigh-ins now. I've seen their media workouts. And let's be honest, I mean, Dillian Whyte has to win. He has to win. And he should win. I mean, he's fighting a guy tomorrow who not only is 38, not only has been inactive, I mean, like, seriously inactive. Lucas Browne had one fight in 2017, one fight in 2016, one fight in 2015. But we're talking about a guy that made his boxing debut, not pro debut, so there's a difference. Pro debut would mean there was an amateur career behind that. We're talking about boxing debut 8 years ago. So for me, he has a puncher's chance. I'll give him that. He's not the greatest of boxers. I think we all saw the media workouts. He looks stiff. He doesn't look like he moves a bit, but he can bang. I think we know that. What, 25 fights, 22 KOs. I don't care who he has fought. Regardless, this guy hits you, you stay hurt. So he definitely can box. So it's all on Dillian Whyte. Obviously, Eddie Hearn has this, I guess, super plan with Dillian Whyte to try and almost fast track him a bit into fighting Deontay Wilder for the WBC title. That's what they're trying to push for. Every kind of interview he talks about Dillian Whyte potentially fighting Deontay Wilder and potentially further on down the line fighting Anthony Joshua. I'm not sure about Dillian Whyte. I know I said this a few times and people might have said, well, you know, he's winning, but there still hasn't, for me, been a performance from Dillian Whyte where I think, yeah, he's ready to go. Like, you know, this is a top caliber guy. And maybe you don't need to see that in the heavyweight division anymore. But I haven't seen a performance, and I'm going back, I don't know, David Allen. He didn't look great against Dave Allen. Didn't look that great against Ian Lewison. Looked better in the later rounds, I guess. Derek Chisora, I thought, beat him. Malcolm Tan, we can park that to a side. Because, again, who's Malcolm Tan? Helenius, not great. And then, obviously, we've got Lucas Browne right now. So I feel like we're trying to be force-fed a bit of Dillian Whyte. And I guess it all comes down to how he performs against Lucas Browne. If he has another stinker, which he did against Helenius, I can almost see Eddie Hearn maybe taking a couple of steps back with him. Because I think Eddie Hearn's trying his best to promote the shit out of him. And to be fair, Dillian Whyte helps himself as well. I mean, Dillian Whyte does talk a lot of trash. But when you just go on performance-based, so forget the trash talk, forget, you know, I'm going to fight you outside the ring, beat you up, bust you up, all that kind of stuff he talks. When you just look at the performances, are they good enough? I'm not sure they are. He has improved a lot in his strength and conditioning. I follow him a lot on Instagram. He definitely has worked on that. So that side he's got right. The side that I think he's got wrong, and people might disagree with me, is Mark Tibbs. I just don't think Mark Tibbs is the right trainer for him. I really don't. I mean, I know there was a time when he was working with Jonathan Banks. I think they do still do a bit of work together, but I think he might need to go full-time with Jonathan Banks. I think Jonathan Banks is a better trainer. Again, I'm not saying Jonathan Banks is the best trainer out there, but I think he's definitely a better trainer, and he has more, I think, knowledge, having worked with Emmanuel Stewart, than Mark Tibbs has. And I think that's the problem. Dillian Whyte is still relatively young when you talk about the heavyweights. He's 29 years of age, so he still is relatively young. And I think improvements can be made to take him to that, I guess, that next level. But I am worried that they're trying to fast-track Dillian Whyte when I don't think we need to fast-track him. They are talking about, again, Deontay Wilder next. And I feel like there are 4 other fights that he can have in between that before we go to Deontay Wilder. I don't think you necessarily need to do that. I think Jarrell Miller, who they want Anthony Joshua to fight, is a good matchup. I think Dominic Brazil, again, a good matchup. Kubrat Pulev, who seems to have just disappeared. He was a mandatory for Anthony Joshua. That talk seems to have stopped. Even the guy that beat Chisora, Caballero. There's other matches you can have before you even talk about Deontay Wilder, just to improve his boxing skills. Because for me, there are so many holes there. And I think we've seen it with Luis Ortiz. I think you do need to be a very good boxer, a fit boxer, but a very good boxer to beat Deontay Wilder. If you're going to go in there and try and swing with him, it's just going to knock you out. And I just don't see why they have to fast-track him. But look, I think he does win tomorrow night. I think he does beat Lucas Browne. It's going to be a close fight, trust me. Lucas Browne, again, can punch. He's been in there with decent operators, and we think of the likes of Shagayev, who I think is a better boxer and a better fighter than Dillian Whyte. So we'll see how it plays out. But I've got Dillian Whyte to win on points. I don't think Dillian Whyte's got this knockout power that we maybe think he has. But Dillian Whyte to win on points, and it'll probably be comfortable going away. But I think it will start tricky. I think the first 4 or 5 rounds could be tricky. But I think if he gets past those, then I think he'll probably get a wide decision. As he did against Helenius. Helenius was tricky at the beginning, and then obviously he just kind of coasted towards the end. But this is a big step up for him. Let's see what he can do. But hopefully he puts in a good performance, and hopefully we can stop the Deontay Wilder talk, because I want to see him against the guys I just mentioned first. But what do you guys think? Let me know. What's your predictions for this fight? Who wins? How do they win? And is it fair to say if Dillian Whyte does win, is he ready for Deontay Wilder? I mean, is he really ready for that? I don't think so. I don't think so. Not based on his recent performances, and not based on Deontay Wilder's power, which is just frightening. Let me know what you think. Peace.